You've got a big weekend of PlayStation 3 gaming ahead of you. Some friends are coming over, but all you have is one PlayStation 3 controller. What do? Well, you can buy another Sony brand PlayStation 3 controller. They always make good stuff, but they're going to charge you an arm and a leg for it. Or you could buy the CATZ wireless PlayStation 3 Gamepad, which works just as well and costs half as much. You can see right up front here it says CATZ, and it has the dual analog thumbsticks here, D-pad buttons, and all the top buttons, L1, L2, R1, R2 up there. Slightly different shape. This feels more like an Xbox 360 controller in some respects to the standard PlayStation 3 controller from Sony. These things are pretty good. They don't have quite as much grip as the Sony brand controllers, but other than that they feel more or less the same. There's the start button, or that whatever, the activation button, start and select, and D-pad, slightly different design. You can see the difference here. That's the Sony brand D-pad. That is the CATZ brand D-pad, and this one has batteries that you house on the inside here, unlike the standard Sony one, or the 6-axis, which you just charge by plugging it into your PlayStation 3. With this one, you're going to need some AA's. I'm using rechargeable AA's. There's a power switch down here. You can turn it on or off. This is the most exciting part of the CATZ PlayStation 3 wireless gamepad, the wireless thingy that plugs into the front of your PlayStation 3 into one of the USB ports. Has a little red light on it that glows red when it's plugged in and working, and it's got little finger grips on it so that it's easy to reach under your PS3 and pull it out. No problem. This thing sets up instantly and works flawlessly. In fact, I'm very pleased with my CATZ wireless controller. The CATZ controller is a good bit heavier than the standard Sony PS3 6-axis controller, and it's quite a bit larger, as you can see here. And we'll take a look at this compared to the Vectrex controller. Quite a different design there as well. Sadly, the Vectrex controller does not work with the PlayStation 3, which is unfortunate. One of the huge differences between the CATZ controller and the standard PS3 controller is with the R2 and L2 buttons, the triggers. Check that out. And this is my favorite feature of the CATZ controller. They are concave so that they feel more like triggers, where your finger sits into them and does not go sliding off like it does with the standard PS3 controller. Ideal for driving games. This is a terrific controller for Gran Turismo 5 Prologue or any other driving game on the PS3. I prefer the standard Sony brand 6-axis controller for fighting games and shooters. It's a bit smaller, and I've always really liked the Sony PlayStation design. It's been one of my favorites. However, this one's the way to go for driving games. It doesn't feel quite as fast and nimble for fighting games or shooters, but it's still an excellent replacement. You'll really have no problems playing with this. It sits in your hand nicely. It feels a lot like the Xbox 360 controller because of the weight and the battery hump thing down here, and just the overall size of the controller. It's just terrific for driving games, and also an excellent replacement for the standard PlayStation 3 controller. It takes a little while to get used to just because it's proportionally slightly different, but you should have no problem at all and be very pleased that it costs half as much as the DualShock 3 controller. And works well with this thing. Very cool. CATZ wireless PlayStation 3 gamepad. Now, let's talk about how to hook this up to a PlayStation 3. I don't know how to do it, so somebody invent a way. Oh, well, if you get creative, you can almost play the Vectrex with the CATZ PlayStation 3 controller, but not quite. Oh well, maybe the next version.